Today, let's go over the best brokerage account to use for your RRSP account. Hello and welcome back to my channel where we talk about investing, personal finance, and dividends. If you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel and smashing that like button if you enjoyed this type of video. Let's get started. Questrade is an amazing investment brokerage platform, and it has a powerful research tool as well. I will go more into detail later in this video. They have two main products. The first one is Questrade Portfolio, which is a robo-investor. So you put money into the portfolio, and depending on what risk level you choose, it will distribute accordingly and invest for you. It has a management fee of 0.25%. The other one is the self-directed investing. This is the one we're going to be looking at in this video. You cut the management fee and you buy the stocks and ETFs yourself. You can use Questrade to buy stocks and ETFs, which is the most common type of investment. But there are other types of investment like FX, which stands for foreign exchange, where you invest in currencies, IPOs, initial public offerings, which is the company's first time providing an opportunity to the public to invest in their companies, bonds, which is like lending money to someone in a promise that they'll return you the principal amount along with some interest on a set date, GICs, which is similar to bonds, but you're guaranteed the principal amount unlike bonds, and it has a fixed interest rate. Mutual funds, which is where you give your money to someone else to manage it for you for a set management fee, kind of like Questrade Portfolio. You can invest in precious metals like gold and silver. And finally, options, which is a contract to buy or sell stocks at a certain price. If you don't know what you're doing with some of these types of investments, you could quickly lose all your money. So if you're new to investing and want safe investments, stick to stocks and ETFs. They're very beginner friendly to investors like you and me. Questrade also offers multiple different types of investment accounts as well. The most popular ones are TFSA, which stands for tax-free savings account, where the money that you invest can grow tax-free. The RRSP, which stands for Registered Education Savings Plan, where you can put money towards your child's future education, and the government matches some of your funds up to a limit. And RRSP, which stands for Registered Retirement Savings Plan, and that's the focus of today's video. It lets you defer taxes on the amount that you put into your RRSP account until a later date, hopefully in retirement. If you want to learn more about RRSP, you should go watch my other video and then come back to this video. Normally, if you invest in foreign stocks or ETFs that contain foreign stocks, you would have to pay foreign withholding tax on the dividends received on those tax. For US specifically, the foreign withholding tax is 15%. Over time, the 15% adds up to a big number. But if you hold these stocks in your RRSP account, you do not have to pay any foreign withholding tax because of something called the tax treaties. This treaty ensures that we don't pay tax twice. And since we're taxed anyway when we take the money out of our RRSP accounts, we're exempted from the foreign withholding tax. Holding long-term growth potential foreign stocks would be a great use of our RRSP accounts because it helps us diversify our investments as well as take advantage of the no foreign withholding tax to invest in foreign markets. In my opinion, that will be the ideal portfolio for our RRSP account. Again, I'm still the same random guy on YouTube, not a financial advisor. If you have a different strategy for an RRSP account, let me know in the comments below and we'll all learn together. For Canadians, RRSP account is a great way to hold US stocks without huge penalties. Most brokerages charge you a currency conversion fee to convert your Canadian dollars into USD and buy a US stock on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. For example, my favorite TFSA brokerage, WealthSimple, charges you 1.5% in currency conversion fee. It does not allow you to hold US dollars in your account. It will always convert it to Canadian dollars, meaning every time you receive a dividend from a US stock, it will charge you the currency conversion fee to turn that USD into Canadian. But Questrade allows you to hold US dollars in your account. So once you convert your Canadian dollars into US dollars, it will stay in US dollars forever until you decide to convert it back. With Questrade, the currency conversion fee is 2%. But the benefit being you're only charged that currency conversion fee twice, when you turn your Canadian dollars into USD and when the US dollars is converted into Canadian. Whenever you receive dividends, you're not charged the currency conversion fee like WealthSimple Trade. In your RRSP, I would suggest holding some solid US dividend stocks or an ETF that comprises the US S&P 500 stock. You could take a look at my previous video if you haven't already, where I go over the top 10 safest US dividend stocks. For the S&P 500 ETF, you can take a look at the iShares IVV ETF, or the SPDR's SPY ETF, or the Vanguard's VOO ETF. You can also buy into the overall US market with something like Vanguard's VTI. Let that investment grow over time and withdraw it in your retirement. Self-directed investing does not have management fees, but it has other types of fees. Let's go through all these different types of fees, particularly for RRSP accounts. The first one, opening an RRSP account is free. Usually, withdrawing from your RRSP account is not the best idea because you lose that contribution room forever. You do not gain it back like the TFSA account, but depends on your scenario. If you need to take the money out, you need to take it out. For that case, if you take all your money out of your RRSP account, Questrade will charge you $100 fees for deregistration. But if you withdraw some of the money out but not all the money from your RRSP account, Questrade will charge you $50 in deregistration fees. The fees are cut in half if you take money out through one of the two special programs. When you withdraw money from your RRSP account, you usually have to pay taxes on the amount withdrawn. But if you take money out of your RRSP account through a lifelong learning plan where you're allowed to take $20,000 towards your future education, or through the home buyers plan where you're allowed to take $35,000 towards the purchase of your first home, you do not have to pay taxes on these amounts, but you have to pay back the amount taken within a given time frame, usually 10 to 15 years. For these, the full deregistration fee is $50 and the partial deregistration fee is $25. Inactivity fee. If you don't do anything in your investment accounts, they'll charge you $24.95 for inactivity every quarter, so every 3 months. There are easy ways to avoid this fee. Number 1. If you have $1,000 invested across self-directed investing and Questrade portfolio, you do not have to pay this fee. They recently changed this rule about 2 weeks ago. Before that, the threshold was $5,000. Now they decreased it to $1,000. Number 2. If you deposit $150 in a quarter across your investment accounts, you do not have to pay this fee. And number 3, you have to make at least one transaction in the quarter. You have to buy or sell a stock or ETF. And the easiest of all is if you're under 25, you don't have to pay any fees. They're like, ooh, kids under 25, they don't know how to invest. We'll say it's free for them. I'm here to share my knowledge on investing to everyone. And if you happen to be under 25, take advantage of this. Questrade thinks it can get off that easy? Nah, not on my watch. I don't have a watch. Those are all the account fees. Now let's take a look at the commission fees and the ECN fees. The ECN fees is basically charged for trading stocks and ETFs on the market. It's charged based on how many shares you trade, and it's like $0.003 per share, so it's like a fraction of a cent, so it's very negligible. If you buy an ETF, there's no commission fees, but if you sell an ETF, buy a stock or sell a stock, you would have to pay a commission fees of minimum $4.95, and it increases by a cent every extra share that you buy, up to a maximum of $9.95. An advice that I wish someone told me before I started investing in Questrade is don't go buying around all different types of ETFs because it's free, because when the time comes and you want to sell some of those, you would have to pay minimum $4.95 in commission fees for every type of ETF that you hold. Sad times. If you want to buy ETFs and hold them in your portfolio, pick a couple of ETFs or a handful of ETFs and regularly invest only into those ETFs. So when the time comes and you want to sell, you're not paying too much in commission fees. Questrade provides a lot of basic research information like current price, market cap, dividend yield, the dividend amount, the ex-dividend date, EPS, which is earnings per share, and PE ratio, which is price to earnings ratio. It shows you news about the stock that you're currently looking at. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their price in the graph. You can look at different time periods and their pri It has a market research component to it as well, which provides even more detailed financial numbers and reports. It lets you compare their performance with previous years. It lets you look at their dividend payouts and so much more. This is an amazing tool to get your hands on. I use this tool to do research for all my purchases that I make on my TFSA account with WealthSimple Trade. You can contact Questrade through phone, email, or their chat system. Their chat system is really helpful. You hit a button and you get put on a waiting queue, and someone will contact you on a live chat and answer all your questions. It's really awesome because you can put yourself on the waiting list and go do something else, and your computer will go ding when someone's ready to answer your questions. As always, make money work for you, not the other way around. If you want to start investing with your TFSA account, you can check out WealthSimple Trade and start investing today. I have another video that walks you through the setup. I'll leave a referral link for both Questrade and WealthSimple Trade in the description box below. For WealthSimple Trade, if you use the link and sign up, fund your account $100 and buy some stocks with that, you'll receive $10 and I'll receive $10 as well. For Questrade, if you use the referral link, you'll receive $50 and I'll receive $50 that we can use towards our commission fees. Let's take personal finance into our own hands and make our money work for us. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Bye!